It's all behaved here. Yes, sir. Yep.
You mentioned the death penalty. I realize that's kind of an issue in this race. We've heard only from one candidate with respect to the issue of what, if anything, the district attorney can or should do with respect to the death penalty. How should you manage, limit it, or eliminate it? I'd like to hear from really all four what their position is on the death penalty, what they can and should be doing with that.
I think it should remain an option. We should save it for the worst of the worst people who continue to be a threat to society. And one thing some people forget is that if you're sent to TDC to the prison on a capital murder case, but you're not given a death sentence, that you are put out in the general population where you could hurt not only other prisoners, but you could hurt a nurse or a librarian or a guard. If you are in danger enough that your community jury thinks that you should receive the death penalty, it is because they believe that you may later on kill somebody in that prison environment. So I think it should be an option only in rare cases.
So y'all gonna, I'm assuming we're gonna each do a minute on that. Y'all each want a minute on that. Call time. Each want a minute on that. All right. Rosemary.
We very seldom use the death penalty in Travis County, and that would be what I would continue to do. I personally think the death penalty is on the way out of Texas and everywhere else in the United States, but it is still the law. We use a committee to advise the district attorney, but it's firmly within the district attorney's discretion to make that decision. I have resisted making the pledge to not ever use it, because the minute I do that, I'm going to have a Hennessy Duff on my hands, and I may need to give a Travis County jury that option. I will say that right this minute, I would oppose any execution of Travis County inmates, and there are very few, because the United States Supreme Court has before it now the question of whether our Texas procedures are constitutionally sound. And so until that decision comes down, I would oppose any Travis County execution.
I think you're going to hear a lot of similar responses. The only thing I can really add to that is, first of all, I wouldn't take a pledge because that's simply not the role of the DA. As DA, you follow the law. And as long as that is on the books, I have an option to certainly use very, very judicious reasoning before I decide to seek the death penalty, and not without the consult with those around me, getting a view of other opinions, especially from the victims. But having said that, I wouldn't lose any sleep if the death penalty was on the books or it wasn't. It's just simply that is the way the law is. As it is right now, it's the DA's job to use that very cautiously and in only the most extreme circumstances, because I think it sends a better message, a more important message when you're selective about the cases that you choose to do.
I too held a similar position some time ago. And this is an issue that I've struggled with for 21 years since I was asked about it when I applied for the Dallas County District Attorney's Office. And I was asked, well, what are your thoughts on the death penalty? Do you support it or not? And I knew then that was the hot button issue, and that was the issue that was going to deny me that job. So I had to make a decision. Do I tell the truth, or do I give them a canned response that I think they want? I made the decision to tell them the truth, the same decision I've made today to tell you the truth. I did not support the death penalty. The reason I don't support the death penalty is because, number one, it's not a deterrent. Number two, it goes against the whole principle of equality. Not every victim of a murder, next of kin of a murder victim, is given that option. It's only in a